welcoming us back. Here they are. Should we give them a hand? We really had a fun weekend. Couldn't be happier the way things went. Really proud of our girls, how they played and how they represented us as a whole, both on and off the floor. So really tickled with that. What I'm going to do is this, each one of you girls have to say a couple words today. But I'll start off, just talk a little bit about everybody, talk about our season briefly, the state tournament. We'll have each one of you guys get ready to say a couple words. I know Jocelyn's really excited about that. You can tell, can't you? And then I'm going to have Coach over there say a couple words here too. And I just wanted to remind you when we get finished today, there's some cake next door, so make sure you enjoy a little of that. And if you want something to drink, there's some pop machines or water down the hallway there too. Okay? Well, once again, first of all, I'd just like to say it's really been a fun, neat 3 years for me to get a chance to coach the girls, all of them. They're all unique. They're all special to all of us. And it's been a year, especially this year, that we shot for the ultimate goal, what we've had the last 3 years, and that's get to the state tournament. We made it. We had a lot of fun there, and we put Lyman basketball back on the map. So that's really neat. I'll start with the freshmen. Ray, Quinn, Sarah, Hannah, Ashton, Brooklyn, Joz, Coral, and Kathleen. Did I get everybody? I want to thank all of you guys. Stand up. All 9 of them were instrumental in our year. You can sit down now. They were instrumental in our year. They had a great JV year, and then up at the varsity level, helping us get better all the time. And just a sidebar, Brooklyn was one of 12 who made all-tournament team. I think we have 2 sophomores. Mandy, who is not here, is one of our managers and statisticians, and the other is Phoenix. So Phoenix. Phoenix has got a lot of talent. We're really looking forward to watching her the next couple of years. She really did a lot of great things for our JV team, and she made a lot of our varsity players better as we went along this year. Our 2 juniors that played are Cedar and Ashley. And we want to thank them for what they contributed to the team. Actually, both of them. I know Cedar started on and off during the year. I think Ashley had some starts too, but they were, within our top 7, and we never would have got where we got without those 2. And again, those 2 will be huge pieces to the puzzle next year coming back. So once again, Cedar and Ashley who played for us, and then Latricia and Rachel, if you would stand up. Latricia was our camera woman this year, and I don't think you missed a game, did you? She was there all the time. So
Except for one, I had a wedding.
She had to go to a wedding. It wasn't yours, was it?
My wedding.
And then Rachel, she helped us all year long too, managing, statisticians, you name it, she did it too. So I want to thank those 2. And then finally our seniors. I'll start with Haley.
Yeah, Haley!
Before we walk by, you guys stand up and make it. I'll say a couple words. I just want to back up. Chelsea Iron Thunder, you're here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to let you guys know that she's been on our team most of the year, too. So there's Chelsea. I'll say a couple words about each of them. First of all, Haley Halverson, what a great game yesterday. What a way to end things. She had like 6 points for us, 6 rebounds, and was so active on the offense and defensive end. what a neat way to end the year. And the other thing is, I think you'll reflect someday. You probably look back and you might remember some of the fights and arguments you might have had with your sister, but the thing you'll be able to look back on is the 3 years you played with her. And that's a special thing. When you get a chance to play with your sibling. And I think Brooklyn's, you too, you'll someday, and hey, that was pretty neat. I played with my sister for 3 years. There's not many that can say that. And that's always a neat thing, I think, when you go to the tournaments and you see brothers that play together, or sisters, or even cousins. Sanborn Central, I think, had 4 different Sellons, was their last time playing. Mr. Larson's from that country. We'll have to ask him what's going on there. But anyway, that's really a neat thing. Courtney Anderson, I want to thank her for her commitment, her dedication over the 4 years. She was injured, and that's one of the toughest things, I think, when you're an athlete and you're trying to play sports. She was injured when she was a freshman and sophomore, came back the last 2 years and played for us and was instrumental in practice, getting us better, and she did everything that we asked of her. So I want to thank Courtney for that. Bailey Allman. We gave her a nickname last year. We just called her Big Game Bailey. And she lived up to that year in, year out. If we look back at our district tournaments last year, the couple games she was instrumental in getting us to the region last year. Then of course this year, sure enough, the big games, the ones that really matter, sure enough she showed up in our districts, was huge in our region, and then in the state tournament. And one thing Bailey did over the years, she was always looked to score. And I thought this year especially, she really looked to make our team better. And I'm pretty sure she led us in assists. And you probably, if you watched the game yesterday, saw it on TV or heard, Brooklyn scored a shot with 2 seconds left, but it was Bailey who threw the pass. And Bailey did a great job of that this year, making people better. And you know what? That's a different role to take on. Once you're the scorer, you're the leader in that. But she gave it up, and so many times, she just had great passes. And me and Coach would say, that's why we're, moving on. That's why we're getting better, because she made others better. Bailey Allman. Anna, we gave her a nickname last year, and she lived up to it again this year. We just called her Awesome Anna. I think, one of the, consummate team players. Anna, you guard the best player. You know what? She's 5 inches taller than you. Do it anyway. Okay? I'll do it. Anna, guard that 5'1", that quick little bugger out there, okay? Okay, I will. And she did it. She rebounded for us. She blocked shots for us. She played, most of the time, 1 or 2 of the best defenders. And, that's what it takes. Accepting the roles that you're given by your coaches. Anna. And from the player standpoint, last but certainly not least, Chesney. The first thing, it's, as we all know, Mary Jo can relate to this a little too, it's not easy to be the coach's, daughter on the team. But, I know me and Mary Jo are so proud of you. You're tough, you're persistent, you're determined, and you certainly bother the heck out of us sometimes. we love that, and that's something that, again, is just another piece to a team that you need to have. Chesney Barnes. Quickly, I want to thank the parents, and myself and Mary Jo can certainly reflect on this a little too. You have a lot of highs and lows during the year. You have a lot of tears. You have a lot of disappointments. But all those, I think when we look in the big picture, it makes, coming together as a team and accomplishing what we did much, much sweeter than if we didn't have those trials and tribulations. We had on the first night the Fellowship of Christian Athletes puts on a supper, and they give a presentation. They have some great speakers and testimonials. And the thing that I really pulled from it, and we've talked about this a little too, is that sports, whether it be volleyball or basketball, football, wrestling, it really is a model for how you can live your life. And when you have those ups and downs, how do we react to those? And those things make us better people, I think, in the big picture. So I want to thank the parents, and I know it's quite a ride. And I want to thank you guys for this letting me coach, letting coach coach, and supporting the girls no matter what. That's huge. I want to thank the community here for all your support and hanging in there. This team of seniors was 2-19 when they're freshmen. And then when they're sophomores, they were 5-17. Juniors 10-14. And this year, it's the best record we've had, I think, in 12 years. They end up 16-10. They, of course, went to the state tournament. They got 7th place, and you start with 88 teams, and they end up 7th in the state. They won 2 districts in a region. Another little note I found, there were 88 teams, and there were only 3 that actually went to the state volleyball tournament and the state basketball tournament this year. It was Warner, Lyman, and Kimball. So that's another neat thing, led by these seniors. Good job. Okay, Coach, your turn, unless we want the players to go first.
We'll let them go first.
Awesome. We're going to start with the freshmen. Sorry, Quinn, you're right. Go ahead, Quinn. Quinn Mock.
Thank you, everybody that came out for the rest of the year. And thanks for coming to the tournament.
It was a fun experience, and thank you.
Thank you, fans who came and supported us. Thank you, coaches, for coaching us throughout the year. And thanks, teammates.
Thanks, family, coaches, teammates, fans, and everyone else who has supported us. I'll say thank you to all the fans and people who came out and supported us, and thanks to the coaches and my parents. Thank you for coming out and supporting us, and state was fun. And thank you, seniors. I miss you.
Thank you, everyone that came out and supported us all season. I'll miss this group of girls next year.
Thank you everyone for supporting us, and thank you to our parents for coming to all games and coaches, and I'll miss you guys next year. Thanks for supporting us throughout the year. There's no better way to end the season. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for everyone who supported us, and it was a good season. Thanks everyone for cheering us on the way as well. Thanks to all the parents that got us started in this sport, and thanks to the coaches that led us to such a successful season. And it was great playing with you seniors, and I'll miss you all next year, and good luck to the upperclassmen.
Thank you, everyone, for supporting us, and I'll miss you, seniors.
Sorry for being late. But thanks to the coaches for sure, thanks to the crowd, thanks to everybody, but mostly thank you seniors for making us better than everything we've done throughout these years. Ditto.
It was great. We had a great season. Thank you, seniors, for leading us to state, and the rest of the teammates. Thank you, coaches, for making us get to state. Thank you, fans, family. Thank and community.
One other quick thing, quick introduction for Coach that I do again, outside my family. I appreciate them night in and night out. Mary Jo and the boys, it's a lot of sacrifice during the year. Just wanted to touch down there. And then, of course, Coach, she's been instrumental. Brittany, I certainly think we wouldn't have made it maybe this far without her. She's the glue that has kept this together. She's not only a great basketball mind, but she's a great young lady, and we're just flat out fortunate to have her here, the way she can build relationships with the girls. So it's very, very fortunate to have her, and with that being said, Coach, your turn to talk a little.
I don't have a whole lot, but I guess what I want to say first is, number one, this is when you start tradition, and this is how the fun gets started, especially for a young group like we have. We have some seniors exiting, but man, have you started a spark in your younger classmen. You've started a legacy at Lyman High School. And what's really fun is, like, I see Izzy sitting in the stands here, and I see some of these young kids. They get to see this, and without your hard work, your dedication, you come from a 2-win season as freshmen to a winning season. That's incredible. And I think, number one, it says a lot about your character. It says a lot about you as individuals. It says a lot about you as players. Okay? And all that wrapped into one, you're starting something at Lyman, which is exciting in itself. Just to reiterate the thank yous, because they are so important. Mr. Milton, thanks, man. He's always ready to roll. Parents, holy smokes, food. I've never seen so much food in my life over the last 4 months on the bus. Your support, your laughs, your fun. Anytime that we want to do something out of the ordinary, you're always behind us, and that's kind of fun with our trip to Spearfish. I mean, you're always willing to go the extra mile for your kids, and I think that says a lot about you, and it shows too in the young ladies that you've raised, so that deserves definitely. Community fans, wow, you've traveled a lot of miles for us. That's exciting. Okay, our student section even rocked. All right, as small as it was, you know what? They were all in camo, and it was fun. And they even got their picture on the front page of the sports section. So we thank you for traveling with us and for all the fun that you bring to the games. Girls. Oofta, you've had to put up with me for 4 months, every day after school, all right? I appreciate your hard work, I appreciate your efforts, I appreciate you putting up with chewings, with laughter, with fun, with excitement, with some ups and downs. Wow, we've shed some tears together, we've had plenty of laughs, we've danced, we've sang, holy smokes. So I thank you for all your hard work, I thank you for your continued energy that you always gave us, and most importantly, 100% all the time. So, thank you. One more thank you to the man in white over there. Wow, learned a lot from him. There's no person in this room that's as energetic and as passionate and has lost as much sleep as he has over the last 4 months. He'll ask me, this is a funny story, he'll be like, gosh, can you sleep after that game? And I have no problem sleeping. So the second my head hits the pillow, I'm out. And God, I was up to 4 o'clock. And he's probably writing something down on his clipboard that we're going to do the next day. I mean, the guy is incredible, and I think these girls are more than lucky to have him leading us along the way. This is a funny story. The last game, yesterday, all of a sudden, Mr. Garnis is wild, but that's good. And all of a sudden, I'm like, where's Mr. Garnis? And I'm sitting on the bench, and I look behind me, and he's in his cage up behind the bench. And I see him. Are you all right, man? He's like, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. All right, so he had his own heart attack back there. top of that, we get 7th place, the buzzer rings. And you'd have thought, we won the state championship. The guy was in the middle of the floor, screaming, throwing his hands up. Where's Mr. Garnis again? Here he is, middle of the floor, just, that's awesome. I mean, 7th place, that's great. God, give it up for that guy. Some of those pictures because there's some great ones of Mr. Garnis and his fabulous celebrations. The girls know that I like to write them notes, I like to rap, I like to write cards, I like to write poems. That's kind of my way to share with them how much they mean to me. And so I've written a little something for the seniors. You'll be okay, I promise. All right. As the basketball season comes to a close, wow, there's so much to be thankful for. The girls battled and fought each and every night out, never being satisfied and definitely always wanting more. With Chesney's love for the game and Big Game Bailey's huge plays, these two were the guards that led us during some of the tough days. With Haley's never-quit attitude to Anna's competitive drive, there were never any excuses that led to accomplishing goals for which we have strived. Never going unnoticed was Courtney's hard work, and never will I forget this young lady's little smirk. 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears continuing to improve along the way. These 5 gals have made their mark and have so much to be proud of today. Best of luck, you 5, in the years to come. You have definitely set the tone. We thank you for your dedication, and we'll definitely love you until all cows come home.
Once again, remember there is cake next door, and come down, you can look a little closer what the girls did here. Mr. Eppert, I did see him back there, so I want to thank him again. It's always important to thank your boss. Appreciate his leadership over the course of the year.
The gals want to do one thing
Sure.
before we quit.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we end this, last night, we were going to end with a little chant. Last night in the hotel when we got back after the championship game was over, a lot of the teams, girls that played and then some of the fans had like a conga line, and they came through and we kind of ran through the hotel or whatever, and then before we ended, we got in a huge group and they started this chant. And so just repeat after us, like what we said, and you guys just repeat after.
Maybe. What?
Okay, we'll start.
It's too loud. Here, you do it.
We start quiet and then get loud.
Yeah, you start quiet. Okay.
Oh, chilele. Oh, chilele. Chilele chiquicanga. Chilele chiquicanga. What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Oh, Chiquicanga, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh. Oh, Chilele, Chilele, Chiquicanga, Chilele, Chiquicanga. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Believe it or not, yeah, it was a little louder on the bus. Once again, cake over there. Thanks everybody for an awesome year. Thanks for your support all year long. I want to leave you with, heard this African proverb. I think it sums up you girls, it sums up what a team is and what you can do when you do things together. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And they went far this year. Thanks again. If you guys need pictures or cake, have at it.